Hello, my name is Craig Stasela, and today I'm going to be discussing the technology and skills required for SAP Enterprise Extensibility. What do I mean when I say Enterprise Extensibility? SAP's Enterprise Application Portfolio includes legacy SAP Business Suite, including SAP ECC, CRM, SRM, and others, as well as S/4HANA deployed in on-premises and hosted environments, or deployed in HANA Enterprise Cloud, also referred to as HEC. One overly simplified way to think of it is, if it's written in ABAP, it is an SAP Enterprise solution. For many years, SAP was synonymous with the ABAP language and NetWeaver technology stack. Today, however, SAP offers a wide array of SaaS-based line-of-business applications, the vast majority of which are implemented in languages other than ABAP. One SaaS solution that does continue to leverage ABAP, however, is SAP S/4HANA Cloud. While the business logic of the solution is still written in ABAP, the fact that it is provided as a true multi-tenant software-as-a-service solution dictates a different extension paradigm than we find in private HANA Enterprise Cloud, hosted, or on-premises scenarios. I will be covering S/4HANA Cloud extensibility options in another video, so keep your eyes open for that. SAP's strategic extension and integration platform is the SAP Cloud Platform. Regardless of the solution or deployment option with the SAP Cloud Platform, you can rapidly extend, integrate, and build applications that meet your business requirements. If I could describe the dozens of SAP implementations that I've been through with one word, it would be RICEF. If you're new to SAP, I doubt you'll have ever even encountered this word before. RICEF is an abbreviation that stands for Workflow, Report, Interface, Conversion, Enhancement, and Forms. These are the most common categories encountered on SAP Enterprise Enhancement projects because these are the capabilities found in the ABAP layer. But constraining enterprise enhancements to these 6 categories is far too restrictive. Businesses don't think in these restrictive terms. They don't care about the technologies, the programming languages, or technical architectures. Business thinks in terms of one thing: outcomes. So let's say goodbye to RICEF requirements. You served us well for many years, but we have a lot more options today. The more recent versions of SAP Enterprise software, including but not limited to S/4HANA, expand on the RICEF enhancement categories. S/4HANA in particular has been designed to leverage 3 distinct types of extensions. The first category is called Key User In-App Extensibility. This new extensibility model is available for S/4HANA on-premises, including HANA Enterprise Cloud, as well as for S/4HANA Cloud. Key User In-App Extensibility offers the means to change and adapt the UI layout and context, create custom fields and tables, create and extend analytical reports and forms, and add new business logic. As I mentioned earlier, I will cover this topic in more depth in a later video. The second category of extensibility is where all of the legacy RICEFs exist and consist of in-app ABAP-based extensions, custom code, and configuration. This option is available to all previous versions of SAP Enterprise software, as well as to S/4HANA on-premises, but not S/4HANA Cloud. The third and most flexible extensibility option is a side-by-side extensibility through the SAP Cloud Platform. SAP Cloud Platform is available for legacy SAP Enterprise software versions, as well as for S/4HANA on-premises and S/4HANA Cloud. While I generally approve of more enterprise extensibility options, having more options now means there may be a choice on how best to implement a functional extension. The information on this screen is designed to help determine the appropriate enhancement method. The first item to consider is if your extension should be an in-app extension or a side-by-side extension. One of the biggest advantages of side-by-side extensibility is improved agility. You gain this agility by decoupling the extension from the back-end ERP system. Once this extension is decoupled into a separate platform, it can be developed on a timeline and governance model separate from that governing your core ERP system. This allows you to iterate through the solution much more rapidly without costly and complex SAP enterprise outage windows and downtimes. By moving the extensions out of the core ERP system, not only do you gain the agility in the extension, but you also gain agility in the overall core ERP system as well. This is because one of the most costly and time-consuming change management activities is testing. By moving the customizations and extensions to the SAP Cloud Platform as a side-by-side extension, that extension will not have to be fully tested during every enterprise release. Additionally, SAP Cloud Platform technology supports many automated testing tools that can be integrated into a comprehensive, continuous integration and continuous delivery process. This flow will greatly reduce the effort associated with software validation and verification via manual testing. Some other use cases that are well suited for side-by-side extensibility are those that need to expose enterprise data and or logic to users that are outside the internal network of your company. These users may be field employees or suppliers, customers, distributors, even contingent labor. One example of a good side-by-side extension candidate is a supply chain tracking system that was recently implemented by a company I was working with. This particular company has multiple divisions, two of which run a version of SAP ERP, and another one an ERP platform from another vendor. They needed a consolidated view into their supply chain. Many of the raw materials came from overseas and were subject to lengthy transit times. In order to be responsive to their customers' changing demands, this company needed a holistic view of their supply chain across all of their divisions, regardless of ERP platform. And this needed to be coupled with up-to-the-minute shipment information from the transportation vendors. They built a side-by-side extension on the SAP Cloud Platform that aggregated all of this data and gave the supply chain managers the ability to proactively manage shipping exceptions and customer rush orders. Other use cases that are great for side-by-side extensions with the SAP Cloud Platform are integrations with any cloud-based systems, cross-system workflow, or mobile applications. This is not to say that all extensions should be done in a side-by-side manner. Simple data model modifications and most changes to existing business logic should be done as close to the core as possible. But in summary, while there are currently no hard and fast rules to determine how to implement a specific enterprise extension requirement, it may make sense to work with your company's architecture team to create design guidelines that align with your IT and business strategies. Traditionally, most RISEF enterprise enhancements have been implemented in the application layer, usually as ABAP programs or enhancements, sometimes using some other proprietary technology. As we see here, in a traditional three-tier architecture, the application layer was the only place where SAP enterprise enhancements could be done. Technology and licensing restrictions greatly restricted the ability to do enhancement development anywhere but the application layer. If we look at a curve of enhancement capability, we see that not only was the application layer the only place to do business logic enhancements, it was also the de facto place to do user experience and data calculation as well. With the advent of the SAP in-memory database at the database layer and SAP UI5 library delivering the SAP Fiori user experience at the user experience level, today's developers have many more options for where and how to implement their enterprise enhancements. Therefore, we see that each layer is contributing equally to the enhancement capability matrix. This also means that data calculations can be pushed down to the database layer, and UX rendering pushed up to the presentation device, whether it be a computer, mobile device, or voice-activated assistants. This is important because it is no longer sufficient for enterprise application developers to stay only in the application layer. To retain relevancy, enterprise application developers must broaden their knowledge base to include the other layers in this stack. A common question I get from many ABAP developers that I talk to is, I've heard that SAP is getting rid of ABAP. Is this true? Well, I'm here to answer that ABAP is not going away. In fact, it was recently announced that ABAP will soon be available as a programming language on SAP Cloud Platform. While ABAP isn't going away as a programming language, its focus is changing slightly, to be focused purely on being a programming language for implementation of business logic. SAP's strategic user experience is now Fiori. Most new Fiori app front-ends are being developed using the SAP UI5 framework. ABAP developers will no longer need to create DimPro or WebDimPro user interfaces for their programs. Instead, they should be creating business logic exposed through OData services. I'll be discussing OData and SAP UI5 a little bit later. Just as Fiori is changing the front-end aspects of ABAP development, the push-down of code and calculation to the database layer, made possible by the in-memory power of SAP HANA, also allows for technology changes. One of those changes is called ABAP Core Data Services, or CDS. CDS is a mechanism for defining database-level views, calculation, and aggregation in the ABAP layer. At runtime, these views get the benefit of being accessed through the ABAP layer, where ABAP layer security and services still apply, while the execution of these views is done at the database layer. CDS views can be used just like any other ABAP data dictionary artifact in your ABAP programs. Core data services are defined using a platform-independent CDS data definition language to define the CDS views and CDS table functions that implement a semantic data model in the ABAP dictionary. Additionally, a platform-independent CDS data control language makes it possible to develop CDS roles for CDS access control. And while CDS allows for ABAP developers to take advantage of the power of SAP HANA, SAP HANA is actually not required for you to use ABAP CDS views. Next up is ABAP Managed Database Procedures, or AMDP. AMDPs are a new feature in ABAP, allowing developers to write database procedures directly in ABAP. You can think of database procedures as a function stored and executed in the database. The implementation language varies from one database system to another. In SAP HANA, it is SQL script. Using AMDP allows developers to create and execute those database procedures in the ABAP environment using ABAP methods and ABAP data types. This greatly reduces the development effort required to create those stored procedures. This is another way to implement code pushdown from the application layer. Unlike ABAP CDS, however, AMDPs are currently only supported by the SAP HANA database. And that brings us to the Business Object Processing Framework, or BOP. BOP is an ABAP OO-based framework that provides a set of generic services and functions to speed up, standardize, and modularize your development. BOP controls the application business logic as well as the data retrieval of the buffer and persistency layer. The main design principles are a clear separation of the business logic and the buffering of data, as well as a clear structuring of the business logic into small parts with a clear separation of changing and checking business logic. Some applications, such as SAP Transportation Management, were developed using BOP. BOP is also a database-independent technology. As an ABAP developer, do you need to know all of these technologies? Probably not, but I would highly suggest getting familiar with ABAP CDS, as a proper application of this technology can really reduce the overall development effort for the application development as well as enterprise reporting. In fact, one recent customer I worked with migrated a customer order-to-cash traceability report from a native ABAP program to ABAP CDS. The native ABAP program took about an hour to run and consisted of over 2,000 lines of code. And this was after they migrated this to run on Suite on HANA. After the report was rewritten to use ABAP CDS, the report was able to be run in under 10 seconds. It went from being scheduled to run 3 times daily to become an on-demand report using real-time data. All of these technologies fall into Category 2 of in-app extensibility technologies. Now, let's take a look at how the SAP Cloud Platform can enable side-by-side enterprise extensibility. SAP Cloud Platform is SAP's strategic platform for side-by-side enterprise enhancements. All of the categories of normal RISEF development can be done in SAP Cloud Platform, as well as the ability to do things like mobile application development, Internet of Things, partner collaboration, and machine learning. SAP Cloud Platform offers this functionality through business and platform services that are built on open standards and can be combined to extend, integrate, or build new and differentiated applications. What makes these business services so special is that they are built specifically to provide functionality that enterprise developers need, such as tax calculation, data quality, business analytics, and multi-language translation. SAP Cloud Platform even includes business-oriented machine learning algorithms to jumpstart your intelligent enterprise extensions. A deep dive into the capabilities of SAP Cloud Platform is way too ambitious for this video, but I did want to cover a few technologies that are most likely to be relevant for current SAP enterprise developers. The first and most important technology for existing ABAP developers to understand is OData. OData, short for Open Data Protocol, is an open protocol to allow the creation and consumption of queryable and interoperable RESTful APIs in a simple and standard way. SAP UI5, which is the technology backbone of the SAP Fiori user experience, natively consumes OData. So if you're going to be developing Fiori applications using SAP UI5, I would highly recommend exposing those API endpoints as OData. SAP NetWeaver Gateway is the software component that converts existing SAP BAPIs, RFCs, and ABAP CDS to OData, and it is a crucial component and skill to have. SAP NetWeaver Gateway works with any database backend and is included in all SAP NetWeaver stacks, Basis Release 731 and higher. Prior to Basis Release 731, SAP NetWeaver Gateway is available as an ABAP add-on. The application frontend that will most commonly consume these OData services will be written in HTML5, specifically the SAP UI5 framework. SAP UI5 is a front-end framework that is based on HTML5, JavaScript, and CSS. These front-end development languages differ significantly from ABAP, SQL, and other back-end application and data layer technologies. Additionally, there exists a large and robust HTML5 developer and design community for whom learning the SAP UI5 framework will be an easy task. It is for these reasons that I suggest that SAP enterprise application developers focus on technologies in the application and database layers and not necessarily on HTML5 and SAP UI5. Java is an important programming language in side-by-side extension scenarios, as it is the most widely used open-source programming language. SAP Cloud Platform supports a variety of Java binding technologies, including JDBC, JPA, and even the Java connector, or JCO, for interacting specifically with SAP ABAP backends. With SAP Cloud Platform, you are not limited to a small, rigid set of application runtimes. Through the use of Cloud Foundry-based runtime containers, application developers can choose from a wide array of programming environments. SAP currently supplies pre-built runtime environments for Java, Node.js, HTML5, and the HANA Extended Application Server. These environments are called build packs. If, however, your development team is proficient in a specific technology like .NET, or if your enterprise extension that you're developing could take advantage of the language-specific features of a Python or a Ruby, it's easy to include these build packs into your enterprise enhancements as well. Side-by-side extensibility is all about delivering business agility. Through the combination of helpful business services, open standards, and a choice of development environment, you can maximize the utility of your existing development team to achieve your business requirements. So today I covered that SAP offers enterprise software to be developed in an on-premises or hosted environment, in a private managed cloud called HANA Enterprise Cloud or HEC, and that SAP S/4HANA can also be deployed as a software as a service solution called S/4HANA Cloud. I discussed that there are in-app and side-by-side extension options and reviewed some of the factors that can help us choose the best enterprise extension option. And finally, I talked about the technologies that enterprise application developers, formerly known as just ABAP developers, what they should start using to build out these new types of SAP enterprise extensions. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Please make sure to follow me on Twitter at @cstasla, and also please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these.